I think I start this off by saying over the past 10 years I've been working with NLP and hypnosis type stuff, and I sort of come to the conclusion there's three main, there's probably lots more, but there's three main benefits for doing this sort of thing. If you start learning about language patterns and some of the simple stuff, and you use it occasionally, it will make things like your presentations, some of your influencing strategies if you're in sales situations, more effective. It's a case of using just little bits at the right time and you will automatically become more effective. The second set of reasons are if you really get into this stuff, it's a little bit like oil. It will make all your coaching or change interventions smoother, easier, more effective. And thirdly, if you become, I hate to use the word expert, but I'll use it for in this context. If you start getting a sort of in-depth knowledge of this stuff, by using it, you can actually help clients almost creating a safe space using a bit of trance or hypnosis where they can explore themselves and almost throw their identities up in the air and have them come down and redefine them. And what this enables people to do, sometimes in life people get a little bit stuck. Maybe they've got promoted at that time to something that's above their abilities and they need to change at how they're thinking to move on to the next stage. Maybe the job market has changed and they need to develop a whole new heap of skills and they're frightened of letting go what they need to let go to move forward. But by using the sorts of things that we're talking about, you can actually create a safe space where people can almost reevaluate themselves, and providing they have a touch of courage, they can actually make quite significant transformations to be able to deal successfully with whatever comes to their next stage in life. So that's how I tend to chunk it as far as the benefits. But if I could ask you, Joe, with your specific experience as a coach and an NLPer, maybe you could sort of chunk down a bit and give us some examples where you work with this stuff, or some examples where you see that developing your own skills will help both yourself and your clients achieve more.
Where I tend to be using this is I have a number of clients who are blocked in career advancement. So they've got to be fairly senior within an organisation, almost in spite of some of the mental strategies that they have. Perhaps they're technical experts. They're very good at the job that they have or the role that they perform currently. But as we know, the career ladder is really a pyramid and there are fewer positions, there are fewer roles the higher up you go in that. So to really differentiate yourself from your peer group and get one of those top positions, you need to work on those mental strategies. You need to be different and you need to be better than the rest.
Now, coming back to what we're talking about here, from my point of view, and I'm going to throw it back to you to see whether you're happy with it, there's two things I'd like us to work on. You've talked about some of the things that you want to improve, and at the end of it, I want to give you, or actually let you work on, because in a funny sort of way, what I'm doing is creating the space and the stimulus, and sometimes being a little bit cheeky and challenging, but really it's so that you develop the skills that you need. I'm an agent in it, but actually it's your own skills that we're bringing out. So some of it's going to be about giving you strategies to answer the questions that you've raised. But at the same time, I'd actually like you to be able to develop going into deeper and more interesting states yourself, subject to you being absolutely safe and comfortable to do so. Now, the reason for this I think is very important. If you have the confidence, or as you develop the confidence to go in deeper states yourself, and you know that they're good and they're useful to you for all sorts of reasons, then you'll be confident taking your clients into different states. And although we're going to be talking about some clever approaches to hypnosis, I think the reality is if you yourself can go into different states, as you get into rapport with your clients, you'll find that you already have the ability to draw them into different states without any clever inductions or clever hypnotic standing stuff. It's just by getting into rapport and going yourself that you'll follow them. So I'm looking at this the work we're doing at is really at two things. It's one, giving you some strategies that will directly help you and your clients achieve what they want, but it's also developing your capability to explore new states yourself, because in developing that, then almost you will automatically be able to lead your clients, not necessarily into deep states, because sometimes you don't need deep states, but you'll be able to lead your clients by following you rather than doing anything that looks like a clever trance induction. Does that make some sort of sense? And are you happy with that as an approach for going forward?
Yes, I'm absolutely comfortable with that, Michael. I think some of my limiting beliefs perhaps come from the fact that I think my clients might be resistant to hypnosis or to going into altered states. And I think I would like to explore this more with my clients in a business context and show them how this can also be useful to them to, advance their skills and their career.
Again, I think that's absolutely right. And interestingly enough, I think that the better we get at all this stuff, we can actually forget about the word hypnosis if it's not useful. It's just us demonstrating good practice. And if we look happy and comfortable and are successful doing the stuff that we're talking about, then our clients will naturally be interested in following us. There are some clients, though, that are actually quite interested in this slightly strange sounding stuff. And for them, it actually gives us an added value, because we're doing things that some of our competitors, some other coaches can't actually do. So I totally agree with you. Sometimes there is absolutely no need to mention hypnosis or NLP or anything else. We're just doing the best quality stuff that we know to help our clients get where we want.